It feels like everything I thought I knew has been turned upside down. The weight of what's happening right now is too much to bear, and I can't help but think, this is so wrong. How did we get here? And what do we do with all of these overwhelming emotions? In moments like these, it's hard to stay grounded when it feels like the world around us is slipping into chaos. The wrongness of it all hits deep, making it impossible to ignore how everything seems to be falling apart. I try to understand, to make sense of what's happening, but all I can think is, this is so wrong. The pain, the confusion, the uncertainty, it all wraps itself around my thoughts and feelings like a constant heavy burden. Everything feels off balance, as though nothing is as it should be. My heart is torn between the desire for change and the fear of what might happen next. It's hard to shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong. In the silence of my own mind, the overwhelming sense of this is so wrong echoes. I can't escape the feelings of betrayal and hurt. It's like I'm drowning in thoughts I can't express. The world moves on, but I'm stuck in this moment, unable to shake the feeling that everything around me is out of place. This is wrong. My thoughts are clouded, my heart heavy, and the uncertainty of it all is suffocating. There are moments when the wrongness of a situation becomes too much to ignore. It's in the way I feel, the thoughts that keep resurfacing, and the anxiety that consumes me. This is so wrong, and I don't know how to make it right. I'm torn between wanting to fix what's wrong and the overwhelming realization that I might not have the power to do so. My emotions are in turmoil, and all I can think is, this is so wrong. The hardest part isn't understanding what's happening. It's dealing with the emotions that come with it. Anger, sadness, confusion. They all clash together in my mind, and the only thought I can cling to is, this is so wrong. The weight of this moment feels unbearable. I can't make sense of the pain or the confusion, and I'm left wondering how everything went so far off track. This is so wrong, and I don't know how to move forward. Every decision feels like a mistake. Every action seems misguided. I'm trapped in this whirlwind of, this is so wrong, but I can't seem to find a way out. The anger, the frustration, the disbelief, it all feels too much to handle. I can't keep pretending that everything is fine when deep down I know this is so wrong. There are days when it feels like nothing makes sense, when the world around me is shifting in ways I can't control. In those moments, all I can do is feel the weight of what's wrong and let the emotions flood in. I'm struggling to find peace in my own mind, knowing that everything I believed in has been shattered. The truth hits hard, and all I can do is sit with the overwhelming feeling that this is so wrong. This moment feels like a breaking point. The weight of everything is too much, and I can't find a way to reconcile what's happening with the peace I so desperately need. This is so wrong. I never expected to feel this way, caught between what's real and what I wish were true. The emotions are overwhelming, and no matter how much I try to push them away, the thought that this is so wrong lingers in the back of my mind. Every day feels like a battle, like I'm fighting against a current that won't let me go. I'm overwhelmed by emotions I can't control, and it's hard to ignore the fact that this is so wrong. There's a part of me that still hopes for change, for things to turn around, but that hope is often drowned out by the reality that this is so wrong. My thoughts are consumed by confusion and hurt. The emotional toll of it all is hard to put into words. It feels like a deep wound that never heals, and no matter how I try to ignore it, the truth remains. This is so wrong. I thought I could handle it, thought I could push through the tough times, but now I'm faced with this overwhelming truth. Everything is wrong. It's too much, and I don't know how to make it right. When the world feels like it's against you, and every thought you have is filled with anger and confusion, it's impossible not to question everything. This is so wrong, and I feel lost in it all. There are days when everything feels like a blur. The emotions come in waves, each one more powerful than the last, and all I can do is hold on to the belief that this is so wrong. I wish I could turn back time, fix what's broken, but instead, I'm left with this heavy feeling that no matter what I do, things will never be right again. This is so wrong, and it's hard to come to terms with. My heart is torn between what is and what could have been. I'm stuck in this space of overwhelming sadness and frustration, constantly reminded that this is so wrong.